Hello everyone, my name is Mary-Liz Biubwa. Thank you so much for clicking to my channel. If you're new, karibu sana. I hope you enjoyed the ride here. Biubwa and Kat, we speak about feminism, activism, and all the shebang around all that. The work that I do, the people who are doing amazing work, some of the things that we need to know and learn about, and subjects really match to your preference and more to my obligation to be able to, tackle as many subjects as possible. To the returning subscribers, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. For those who know me, I love creating content. I like learning, except for one part. The only hardest part about creating content is editing and preparing the content ready for, for serving, for delivering to subscribers and people who interact with your channel and all that. But otherwise, I do love creating content, and it's not a resolution. I think it was just a time thing. The reason I wasn't much on YouTube, the reason I had taken a 1-year hiatus from YouTube was because I didn't have proper tools and facilities to be able to make the work, doable. But now that I do, my goal, now that I'm better off in terms of where I am in terms of facilities, and I'm hoping things will be kinder to me so that I can be able to invest a bit more into, having proper tools that I can use for that. But for now, we can make do with what we have, and so I'm back. And it's my hope that you can be able to not only hang around this channel, but also be able to learn a lot of things, but also tell a friend to tell a friend. The goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you tell as many people as possible to come to the channel and I get to 1,000 subscribers, first of all, I have a giveaway. I'll do a video that will come next week. A video that will come next week speaking, I don't know, maybe it will be this week when you're watching this video, or it will be next week when you're watching this video. Whichever the case, I will do a video the last week of December, of January. Oh my goodness, this is not the last week, no? I have to check my calendar. I feel like I'm confused. I got to check my calendar. Calendar, where are you at? Calendar. There it is. Well, we are pretty much on the last week of January, so next week we'll start while we're still in this month, because 31st will be Monday and then 1st will be Tuesday. So it will be probably a video we'll see the first week of February, or yeah, for sure the first week of February. And the video will be speaking about a giveaway that I have up and coming. The giveaway is for when we get to 1,000 subscribers. So pretty much the video will be to highlight the guidelines of the giveaway, what needs to be done, who gets what, and all that kind of stuff. So look forward to that video first week of January. But for today, we're gonna have a story time, and I feel the need to speak about this because my hope is that Anne, if you know an Anne who stays in Nairobi, who works in Nairobi, who loves going for coffee at Java, show them the video. Maybe they're the Anne who was with me. The reason I want to give this story time is for those people who follow me on social media. My social medias will be in the description bar. Facebook, Biubwa Mary-Liz, Instagram, Mary-Liz_Biubwa, Twitter, Queerly_. So I didn't share this on Twitter. I feel like I use Twitter mostly for work stuff. So yeah, if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I highlighted this on what date was it? On 20th? Yeah, on the 20th of January 2022, I had a doctor's appointment. Now, for those who don't know, for those who are new, I was diagnosed with endometriosis and PCOS in 2021, and around in May thereabout, and I've been figuring out not only the treatment perspective of it, but also the fundraiser for surgery, which I should have already gotten, but because money is scarce, I'm still waiting to see what happens with that. But yeah, and so I had an appointment with a surgeon. I've been seeing a gynecologist, of course, and she referred me to a surgeon who is also a gynecologist. And so, because I was going to see him the first time, he had to do tests and all that. And so he did the tests, and after I was given the results were very heartbreaking because it was more news of me having even more conditions, some that I'm still trying to process until now. And I have a vlog. You'll probably see the vlog before you see this video, so by the time you're watching this video, you will already know about the vlog. I have a vlog of a couple of days. I vlogged about how I was feeling and the things that were happening and how I was processing everything. I'm not done processing. I just stopped doing the vlog, but I'm still processing. But yeah, so I went to the hospital, was given all these, I knew I had PCOS and endometriosis, only for me to be told I have endometriosis. Normally happens outside the uterus, but now I have adenomyosis, which happens on the inside of the uterus. I have an inverted uterus. I'm still struggling with that, because to a normal functioning brain, inverted means pretty much upside down, and I'm struggling to process that, even though that's not what it means biologically, but it's a thing. It's really weird. And then, yeah, all this information that I require some, laparoscopic surgery to be able to see exactly what is happening and how it can properly be dealt with. And so I had that stress I was dealing with. But I think, and I probably this is the first time I'm honestly really, okay, not the first time, but I only voiced this to an individual about the things that I was feeling, an awesome individual. So yeah, I think when I was even still waiting for the test to be done, there was a time the nurse, the person who prepares you for the tests, came in, gave me all that I required for the test, and I changed into a gown and lay on the bed waiting for the doctor to come. And so when I was lying there, because the doctor took a while, of course it's a clinic, but there's only one professional, there's only one certified. Okay, I don't know if others are certified, but of course I had gone to see this doctor, but because it's a big clinic, he has a lot of other patients. So after I was prepared, I had to wait for a while before he came in. And so while I was seated there, I started having, and for the whole day, that day, I remember posting on social media saying I'm feeling weird. I had this weird anxiety going on. And so when I was lying there in bed, I started feeling these weird emotions taking over. I don't know. Historically, I've always been telepathically attached to people. I've always been able to, if I'm very close to someone, to telepathically tell when they're not okay, to telepath. Like, my thinking about people is never just I'm thinking about you. My thinking is always I'm thinking about you because either something really great is happening, or something is not right somewhere. And it has taken a while for me to learn to, one, that's why I've always been the kind of person who checks in on people, writes to people to see how they're doing and all that. And I feel like it has also helped how I deal with my interaction with people, because I have that telepathical connection, then I'm the kind of person who, by the time I'm reaching out, I've already assessed if everything is not okay, am I able to be there for you and all that. So I dig that. But I think the flip side of it is sometimes there's a big blind spot to the feelings. You feel all these things, you feel anxious, you feel like something is about to happen, but you can't put your fingers on it. And so this day was that kind of day. I remember when I was laying in that bed waiting for the doctor to come in, I started feeling this loneliness that I can't explain. For those who do not know, I came out, got disowned. I'm not planning to build a family, but I'm now essentially like sort of, what they say, breaking off a lineage. I feel like I've actively done that due to circumstances, and so I'm just here on my own. And don't get me wrong, I have people who love me so much. I have people who are always there for me. I have people who all I have to do is shout and say I need help, and they'll be there. I know that. And I love these people so much, and they know I do, and they know I'm the kind of person, if I really get to that place, I can call and all that. But also I have this thing, asking for help is not easy. It can be dehumanizing sometimes. Most of the time when you're trying to ask for help, people look at it and think all these things, and I have some scars to deal with because of that. Not to say my friends have put me through that, no, but sometimes because of those bad experiences when you're asking for help, they kind of, you know, build that fear in you to ask for help, because you feel like, will I be there's this TikTok trend, am I the drama? Well, not necessarily from that perspective, but from a perspective of, am I the one who is being a burden to people? Am I the one who is being, you know, troublesome to people? Do I think they just have time for me, and all that kind of stuff? And it also happens a lot when you've gone through rejection, because especially when you've gone through rejection from people that brought you into this world, in this case parents, and, you know, siblings, people who have been in your life all your life. So yeah, because of that, there are emotions, there are feelings, there are situations that I struggle to unpack, not because I do not know I struggle with that, but even just affording myself the grace to say, I'll sit with these feelings until it feels much easier. It feels much easier for me to be able to, one, ask for help, for me to be comfortable with, you know, just being there and, you know, allowing people to offer that help unconditionally. So there's that feeling, and that feeling started taking over me, and I started feeling that loneliness. And I remember for a moment there, I started feeling weird. I don't know, it was just a weird feeling. If I'm able to attach a picture, I'll attach a picture I took when I was at the hospital that time. I remember already I had started balancing tears. I'm a crier. I don't give everyone the privilege to see me crying, but 99% of the time when I'm overwhelmed by something, I cry. So I'm a crier. So I remember just balancing my tears at that moment, and I was like, why is this feeling so vivid? It's as if I want someone to just hug me and hold me. You know, the reference of, I want my mommy. I remember registering that feeling, and it was such a heavy feeling for me because yeah, from the story that I've told, you can imagine why. But yeah, I had that feeling, and then I went to the doctor's office after the tests, and I started giving me the results. And I remember at some point I checked out, because I feel like even if you go to the hospital and you're prepared for anything, you're never really prepared to hear a lot of depressing news, right? And you're a human being. You want to be healthy. You want to be told by a doctor you're doing okay. You want to be told that you've improved. You want, I don't believe in miracles or anything like that, but you want to go to the hospital and be told, you know, how you're not doing as bad as you were doing last time. And so for me, that was my hope. And my heart shattered when I was listening to the doctor speaking about the things that I have, what I require, you know, the funds that now I'd require more funds even to be able to, like, everything just escalated. Like, it went from 0 to 100 really quickly. And I remember, like, just even like checking out from the whole conversation, like I could hear, I'm the kind of person who registers things. Like, I have a very photographic memory, and I register things when they're being said. I could have checked out, but they're really just getting in and sticking there. And so I remember just sitting there, and I was like, he would tell me, do you have any question, and all that, and I'd ask questions. But now that I look back, I remember the other day I was just seated here and I was having a really difficult time, and I looked back and I was like, I had that, but I was so checked out. I answered that, but I don't think I'd give a different answer, but I think I'd give a more composed answer and probably a clearer answer. I don't know. He's the receiver of the answers I was given, so I don't know how he feels about the answers I gave. But just wondering if I could, like, not even wondering, just knowing I could have given more better answers than the ones that I gave. And so I sat with myself there, and the doctor told me all these things, and then I told him, could you please do me a favor and call my doctor and tell her everything? Because I feel like, because I had recognized, and probably this is one of the things that I'm grateful about. I'm glad that I'm the kind of person who is always aware of my emotions, my feelings, my environment, my surroundings, like, literally, there's a part of me that struggles with processing things, but there's a huge part of me that is aware of the things that are happening. So I'm aware of the things that are happening. I struggle with processing them, but I'm aware that they are happening. And so I told him to speak to my doctor, and I left paid for the services. I'm supposed to get an injection. That injection is supposed to deal with pain because I'm constantly in pain. Like, I have to overdose on painkillers every day, every day, every day. I don't know if there is an irreversible damage to that, but if it is there, maybe we'll find about it later in life. But as of now, trying as much as possible to deal with the pain that I endure all the time. And so he said, because of course financially I'm not ready to get surgery, and it's in this surgery that he told me, my doctor previously, my gynecologist had told me I will require between 250 and 350,000 Kenya shillings for surgery. Now, after I went and all these things had been, the doctor said I had all these things and all that, the bill I will require for all the surgeries, because it's not one surgery, it's one big surgery and small procedures they're like diagnostic procedures, so procedures to see what's going on the inside and how it can be corrected, and then through that big surgery get it corrected there and then. So it's finding out and then correcting, yeah. So now I will require 500,000 for that, and the doctor told me that, and I was like, yeah, I'm messed up completely and entirely. And so I was struggling with dealing with all that. And remember, I was already like all over the place with feelings and emotions. And so I remember leaving after that. After he told me all that, I was just like, just give me the bill for today. I paid the bill and I left. The bill was around 6,300 Kenya shillings, so I paid and left. And then when I left, I got into a matatu to head to town. I was at Doctor's Park in Parklands. So I left to go back to town. And I remember in the matatu I kept on balancing tears. Like, I was seated at the window at the front where the driver is, and I was balancing tears. Like, it was emotions that are all over. I kept on thinking, is it because of the news that I've been given? I was like, yeah, partially, because I mean, I wasn't ready to hear all those things, and now not only do I have to hear those things, I've had those things, I have to process those things, and then I have to understand that those are some of the things that I live with. They're like literally happening within me and my body. And so like there was that part, but that feeling of loneliness and that feeling of I want my mother kept on occurring, and for some interesting reason I just wanted to be held and to be hugged and to be told everything is going to be okay. So I was really having that feeling, and I didn't know what to do about it. And then the feeling of I don't want to bother anyone, and everything checked in. And that's why probably I'm very protective about my social media, because social media is a place I've curated to become my outlet for when I have feelings that I'm processing, when I have things that I'm dealing with. Social media is my way of letting out, you know. And so I was feeling all these things. I got to town. Impulsively, I went to Java. Java makes these specific quesadillas that I like, and I love cheese. Cheese is like a comfort thing for me. Yeah, I could eat cheese to save my life. Maybe I won't save my life, but if it was the only way to attempt to add eat enough to qualify to save my life. So I told myself, let me go and get quesadillas. After all, they're made with cheese. I'll get to have cheese. So I went and sat there. I remember when I ordered my quesadilla, and then I sat and I was trying to play Candy Crush on my phone. Candy Crush is another game I always use to decompress. When I feel like I'm hit with an obstacle, I play Candy Crush. When I get done with a level, it's my way of saying I can hack all the things that are feeling like an obstacle in my life. And so I was there trying to play Candy Crush, but I was frustrated. I was even beginning to shake. So I was seated there, and then I couldn't balance my tears anymore. So my tears started rolling. And then shortly after I started crying, this lady out of nowhere, Anne, I'll insist, Anne comes in, goes to the counter, was ordering coffee takeaway, goes to the counter, orders coffee, then comes and sits right opposite me on the same seat that I was sitting. If you've been to Java, the one that is opposite Nation Center in town, there's the upstairs. When you're coming up, there's the seats that are right in front of the stairs. So I was seated there. and she came and sat in front of me, and she was quiet, she was minding her business. Little did I know that she could notice, because I was, you know, the way you're crying and you're wiping your tears, and thankfully for masks, the mask is absorbing some tears. And so my thinking was, I'm concealing this enough, so I'll be fine. But she noticed, because I would cry. So I kept on crying silently until I started doing that thing that you do when you're crying. I started doing that, and then she picked on it, and then she moved closer, because she was sitting opposite me but on the side. So she moved closer and she asked me, I'm sorry if I'm intruding or I'm interfering with anything, but are you okay? You don't seem okay to me. And then I just nodded. I shook my head and said, no, I'm not doing okay. And then she sat there, and then she was like, you don't have to talk about it, but I'm here if you want to talk about it. Can I sit close to you? I am a very uncomfortable person with new people and closeness and touch and all that. So I just said, it's okay, where she's seated, it's okay. And then continued crying. I'm also the kind of person, I'm a cry. I'm the kind of person, if you pity me, I cry. If you tell me I'm so sorry, I cry. Probably the only thing that works is hugs. Like I've said, the one feeling that was really dominant was the fact that I just wanted someone to hug me and hold me and tell me everything is gonna be okay. And I craved that so much. It was such a vivid feeling that I was frustrated not knowing what to do about it. Before she came in, there is a friend called Billion. I know many of you who follow me know Billion. Billion Ojiwa Wako. No, Billion Ojiwa, not Wako. I don't know why I'm confusing that. Billion Ojiwa, but there's a reason why I'm confusing that as well. Billion Ojiwa came in, said hi to me, and Billion felt so familiar because he's someone I know. And then when he said hi, he went ahead because I think he had come for a meeting or something. And my tears were uncontrollable. So this lady noticed, and she came and she was asking, and for like 5 minutes I couldn't talk. I was on the thing that I couldn't say anything. So went through that emotion, and then when I was a bit settled, and then I told her, I've just been told some heavy news. I went to see a doctor and I've been told some heavy news, so I'm just struggling to process all that. And then, what do you know? The question she asked me first, do you have anyone you can call, you can go home to and just chill with? I'm like, yeah, I'm just waiting for my food to be ready, and then I have ordered takeaway, so I'll just go home and chill, but I stay by myself. And then I could see, you know, the way someone understands how, like, not necessarily understands, looks at you and feels like this person is gonna need someone to just be there for them. And then when you tell them you stay by yourself, and then they're like, yeah, my heart breaks for you. And you could see the heartbreak in her face, and that escalated things for a moment there. I was like, oh shit, I don't need, it's like, you know your situation, but you don't need anyone to remind you about it, kind of scenario. So we are there, and then she's like, I don't know what's going on, but I just want you to know that someone will be praying for you. Another thing that was cool about Anne, before Anne went all in about, you know, God and religion and all that kind of stuff. If you don't know me, be introduced to the fact that I'm not religious. I'm not an atheist. I don't believe in God and things like that. I believe we live in a world, and yeah, it's the world. That's pretty much it for me. The only thing I believe in is the ability I have as a human being to remain human while I'm still alive, and to be human to other people, and to feed off of things like kindness and humanity. That's all that I believe in, kindness and humanity, and that's all. And so she came to me, and she was very respectful about the fact that I don't know if you pray, but if you don't pray, it's also okay. But I wanted to ask if it's okay if I pray for you. You don't have to pray even if you don't pray. I just want to pray for you. And I was like, thank you so much. I really, first of all, appreciate that. Then I told her it's okay, she can go ahead and pray. I love that she's able, and I feel like this has always been my qualm with a lot of religious people. People think like if they talk to you, you can change your mind. It took a lot of changing my mind for me to get to where we all were brought up in somehow religious homes and all that. It took a lot of changing my mind for me to arrive at things that now I'm comfortable about myself. I'm comfortable to speak about my beliefs and all that. And so the fact that she actually honored that without knowing me, without knowing anything about me, was really cool. And so Anne went ahead, prayed, and then when she was done, her coffee came, and before she left, she told me, I know we don't know each other, we'll probably never meet again, but I just want you to know that I'm praying for you. And I was like, thank you so much, I really appreciate that. And in all honesty, there were no hugs exchanged or anything like that, but it's something that I've come to process. I really just wanted someone to care. And despite being a total stranger, she cared, right? And I really appreciated that. And so that's why I'm saying, if you know someone called Anne, she stays in Nairobi. I'll not give any description, but if you know someone who's called Anne, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be, and she likes coffee, and she likes coffee from Java. And on Thursday, the 20th of January 2021, she was at Java getting coffee takeaway. Show her this video and please let her know that I'm very grateful that she was there for me. And I figured I should share this story. Like I said, I believe hugely in humanity and kindness. Whether Anne was religious or not, Anne was two of the most important things that I value in life. She was kind and she was human. Without understanding what was going on, she felt the need to be there, to be present. And little did she know that I really was craving that feeling of having someone just to be there. It takes kindness. It takes a lot of kindness to see someone you don't know, regardless of what they're going through. I mean, we've had stories in Nairobi. You see someone crying, you try to help them, they rob you, they con you and all that. So to just someone who is led by their kindness and they see someone and they want to help and they help, I really appreciated that. And I'm sorry, I live near a church and they can be rogue. Another reason I think it's really ridiculous, I don't know why you have to come to church and you shout and shout and shout and shout and shout. Anywho, yeah, Anne really saw me through a moment that I feel like I still am feeling that way, because like a time like last night, I'm recording this video on the 25th of January 2021. It was till 25th. At around 1 a.m. I couldn't sleep. I was very anxious. I don't sleep much, but I couldn't even rest. I was very restless and anxious. And I still have these feelings that I'm yet to process. But sharing this story time has been a great indication of where I am with all these feelings and everything. And so it's my hope that you enjoy this. It's my hope also that from this, if there is one lesson you pick, be kind to people. Yeah, if people abuse your kindness, it's on them, it's not on you. As long as you stayed being kind, as long as you impacted people's life with your kindness, that's all that matters. And so to Anne, thank you so much. I really appreciate. You might not know how important you are on that day, but you are really important, and I really appreciate it. To everyone else who is watching this video, be kind to the next person to you. You don't have to know them, they don't have to be your friend, they don't have to be anyone that you like or anything like that. They just have to be human. If you feel they need kindness and you can't afford kindness, please give them kindness. Yeah, and if you have to be mean, please keep it to yourself. The world is already going through a lot of turmoil. You don't have to add to it. Thank you so much. Please consider subscribing if you're not yet subscribed. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I for sure will see you in the next video. I love you guys so much. Bye.